As the human ages, there are beliefs about their body. You cannot watch your television without seeing the commercials for the medications, for the ailments, all of the different things that all of your cultural, the television, all of the commercials, all of that, they're dropping all of this into my mind, that make us believe a certain way, lead us to believe that we are vulnerable. There is nothing we cannot have. There is nothing. Even as we say this, Kelly thinks about the pain in her hands and how often she has meditated and asked for that pain to be released. And why does it remain? It is as simple as one moment to the next. When you can believe, when you can truly believe you can release the pain, you will release the pain. You all have had experiences or have been privy to experiences of healing modalities that have happened over time. That is because your human mind can allow that to be an okay thing. The human mind does not believe that you can step out of an illness with your power and your belief. Before you, dear ones, every thought you can think, every fantasy you can visualize, every possible dream you can dream is a timeline coming out from this present moment. Where are you vibrating? Sit within the energy. Thank the pain for the opportunity to run the energy. Thank the pain for the opportunity to let you release it. And then turn your face away from it with the knowing as clearly as you can claim in any present moment, knowing that every present moment is different and allowing every present moment to have its new layer of ability and power. Every present moment has a new ability to create. But the egoic mind reaches into the past, and it never worked up to this point. It didn't work when I did it before. It didn't work this last time. Why will it work this time? It's as simple as that. We can't explain any different to you, dear ones, because that is the reality. That is the truth. So to sum up, as we have been a bit convoluted, this one is saying, to sum up, how do we work through physical ailments and physical pain? You begin by thanking them, truly finding the vibrational match of gratitude. Can you find the gratitude in your life for the contrast that you are experiencing? That is indeed step one. You thank it for the lessons. You thank it for the practice. And then you release it. You release it to your angel team. You swirl your vortex of energy and you throw it into that swirling vortex that is going. You could see it in your mind this morning as Kelly walked you through the process, but it is there all the time. It is only a matter of you connecting to it intentionally. The power of human intention and human free will. These are the pre-birth agreements that you brought into play. So with your intention, you release it and you have a knowing and you know that it's gone. And then you reach for that cup of coffee and your hand hurts. And there it is again. And you thank it for the practice. You thank it in this moment and you release it again. And you release it again until you no longer need the practice. I'm saying that I don't like that. Kelly is saying that that's a pain in the ass, quite frankly. We know that, dear one. We know that that is the frustration that is being human. We know, but if you can step into the knowing as you asked for in this morning's meditation, your specific asking was knowing. If you can step into that knowing that every time you practice, you are a step closer to the completion of it. And you trust and you vibrate in your heart with that beautiful night before Christmas vibration that we've given you, that sensation of awe and wonder. You have no idea how the universe can solve whatever the individual problem of all of you and this one is. We have all of the answers. You cannot know it all. You can only practice coming back and shifting into that expectation, anticipation, wonder. What is it going to be? The anticipation that it's going to be wonderful. The anticipation that the guides and the non-physical beings that are very interested in you, the physical beings that are very interested in you, the loved ones, all that are at your disposal working in this moment. They're all working, giving you the practice to give you that little crack in your frequency for them to bring that good thing through. That is how it works, whether it frustrates you or not, dear ones. That is how it works. Practice. They gave me the word practice, I think, in the very first download I ever had. And that frustrated me then too. Oh, so I'm asking the guides, I'm asking, I think we're going to hear from Mother Earth. You are, indeed. You feel the energy from beneath. You feel us come through. You feel the swelling come through the bottom of your feet, through your root chakra, up through. You feel, you know that it is us. You have learned to identify that which is Mother Earth. The first time we blended with you, you were shaken to your very core. Our energy is different, feels very different than when the angels come through, than when the beautiful non-physical beings from the other end, shall we say, of the spectrum, of the continuum comes through. She has been learning to identify the various energies. It is very different. We are Mother Earth. We hold you all within our heart. You do not walk upon us, dear ones. You walk within us. We would speak this to you ourselves directly. You are loved by Mother Earth. You spend very copious amounts of time, many of you, fretting and worrying about the goings on that is the business of Mother Earth. And the weather is one of them. Yes, dear ones, there are changes, huge energetic changes going on within Mother Earth. And yes, it is manifesting itself in the expression of weather and the expression of storms and eruptions and disruptions upon this and within this earth, and your experience of us. But we say to you, go with the flow of the energy. As you each are experiencing the things that you must adjust to and practice, that which is Mother Earth must adjust as well to the changes that are coming to us. We would remind you that we are but a cell in a greater reality. Just as the cells in your bodies create disruption and cause the back pain, this cell that is us is undergoing the change. And the more like you who are raising your frequencies and joining with us as we are all one, the more facilitation is coming through to us and through us. You are giving us your support, whether you are aware of it or not. When you blend with the oneness that is the all, then you know of what we speak. When all of you are joining into the oneness, you give the love, you let the love flow into and through that tiny organism that is you, and the tiny organisms that are all the structures that are you, and the tiny organisms that are all the structures that are Mother Earth as well. So when you see the changes that are happening on your earth, and you shine the light of love and acceptance and knowing upon it, and you let it flow through as you do in the moment that you pick the coffee cup up and your arthritic hand gives you pause. That again is the practice. That is how you can help me. That is how you can facilitate the all that is me. And that is how I can facilitate the all that I am also a part of. This is an amazing understanding and overwhelming for the channel. So we would bring you back to the present moment and just give the recap as she likes to do. You asked about the disruptions on the planet Earth. You asked about specifically the weather. As with anything on your earth, when you push against it, it gains in strength. When you pick up the coffee cup and you push against the pain in the joint, it gains strength. When the storm happens and you lament and you gnash your teeth and you are upset, it will create only more of the energy of the upset. You must trust and know that there are many like you who are working together, that are giving a balm of love and light. This one sees the beautiful web, and you each are a pinpoint on that beautiful web in every moment. And when you join together with your love and you join to the light of it all, and you don't have to understand all the details. Don't let it be what trips you up. Come to the present moment with love. Come to the present moment with your angel team, with the chakra system running the beautiful energy of balance and joy and oneness. And know that that is the balm that is giving the beautiful crystalline energy of healing, of peace, of balance, of oneness to Mother Earth. And every time you do that, know that we all see it, that it is seen by the all. And it is loved and appreciated every time, and it doesn't ever go away. So when you look and your ego takes you into the past and you gnash your teeth that you had the bad day and you didn't create in the manner to which you would like to be creating, let it go. It is just smoke and mirrors to keep you confused. The only truth, the only thing that stays, the only thing that is truly real is the energy that you put into the crystalline grid of the oneness, which includes us all. Holy cow, I gotta have a hanky. Let's ask, I know what I think, but I think they've got a lot they want to say about the chakras. So I think I'm going to just, and you know what? I'm going to just drop into my heart and my head and see what comes through. And I began the process of bringing through the angels. They said to speak the name. And so I just dropped into my mind and said, Angel Celestina, would you be able to come through? I have not brought her through since I channeled her for my book. And she said yes. And I'm going to just let her come through now. Yes, dear one. Yes, dear one. We are here. We are here. You feel the energy moving upon your face. You feel the energy moving around your shoulders. It is a very physical experience for you, Kelly. You are bringing through an answer to a question. Let us recap the question. Speaking of an individual chakra that might become blocked or holding more than is good, or we do not use the word good and bad, but productive, let us say, for the individual. There can be many maladies that can manifest themselves through an imbalance of the chakra system. Each chakra. This one is experiencing a strange sensation in her neck right now. That is odd. That is right. That is us. I'm saying, so cut it out. It feels weird. We are showing you the ability of the chakras to be affected by energy. These chakras are energy, dear one. Step back, step back. That is right, dear one. That is it. Let us speak. We are Celestina. We are the angel of words, thought words, spoken words, written words, sung words. We are the angel of the voice. But there is many ways that words are, communication is a better word. There are many ways that communication comes forth other than through spoken words. We would bring the beautiful melody that we gave to this one. We would bring her attention to that and ask her to bring it forward at this time to discuss with the group. Okay, so that was very weird. That was very weird. There's this funny buzzing up my neck that just feels weird. Okay, I do know that I want to do what they say because of my free will and because we've set our intention for our highest good. So I'm going to tell the story about this melody. Some weeks ago, in the process of sound, them getting my attention, which I didn't even realize how important toning was for the angels. Now I'm realizing it because now I'm realizing that they tend to bring through a little bit of tones, and Mother Earth does quite often too. I can't remember if she did when she came through this today or not. I'll have to see when I listen. But often there are the sounds, and the sounds of frequency. And we're talking about Celestina, talking about the throat chakra, and that, you know, all of this comes together. So they were giving me my breadcrumbs. I would get different videos would come into my experience, different conversations would come into my experience, all this stuff that started to just give me a knowing that sound was going to be important and I needed to start paying attention. And so I'm sure you guys are familiar with me saying that, like, themes will come up. Well, this theme of sound, just everything kept coming up about sound. So I happened onto the YouTube video that had the particular sounds. I've got them written down on this little card the E, the A, the I, the different sounds of the chakras, as what we did in the beginning. There are many out there. Different people have given me comments and things. There are different sounds. They have said that there are also not only limitless sounds for each chakra, but limitless angels for each chakra. So, I mean, they validate that all the way around. So anyways, I'm learning this stuff, and I am toning one day, just in meditation, doing my own personal stuff. I'm toning, and I start to sing. I start to sing, and I start to sing words. Beautiful words that I have no idea what I'm going to be singing, but words are coming out, English words. So I'm like, holy cow, I'm in my head, like I am with a lot of this stuff, going, holy shit. And I grabbed my phone and I hit record, and I recorded like the second half of it. And it was awesome. A few weeks passed by, and more breadcrumbs and more learning. And I am just driving along in my car, and I pick my phone up and I just start to sing. Only this time, instead of it being words, by this time I've studied enough, and I've learned the sounds to know them. I just start singing the sounds, just start singing them for like 5 minutes. I just sing while I'm driving. Later on, I listen to that, and I'm like, that's familiar to me. I go back and I listen to the one that came through with words, and I realize it's the same tune. It's the same melody. Okay. And I'm like, I've never heard that melody. This is different. So I send it to my friends that I do my Monday thing with. They are musicians and play by ear. They could hear me sing it, and they created a musical rendition of this tune. I believe now, as I'm practicing with that, and they have emailed it to me. I haven't figured out yet how to put it all together to get it out on YouTube, but I'm sure I will eventually. One of the days when I went through with that music and the toning with that tune, which is a gift from the angels to us, and the colors that are a gift from the angel to us, and the angel name, which is a gift from the angels to us, and that visual of that beautiful, beautiful, all those figure eights coming through like we are an atom. That's how I see, only everything is, the figure eight is crossing through us being the nucleus, and our chakra being nucleus, and the beautiful figure eight reaching to infinity in both directions, carrying to us and away from us, and transmuting everything that we need. These are all gifts that have been given to me to share. And so I'm utilizing all of it, and I get done, and the music is just playing, and I start to feel myself going backwards. I just feel myself, my consciousness starts to just go backwards. It's the only way I can describe it. I just start to go down, and I'm going into Mother Earth. I feel myself going down, down, down. And I hear them say in my mind, accept the healing. And of course, the minute I hear that, Kelly's head gets involved, the human head that's been trained that who are you to think you can do X, Y, and Z? And I come up to the surface again, and so much for that. But so when you ask to answer your question, yeah, absolutely yes. Each chakra, not only will we feel sensations, bring this toning and focus. When you focus on your third eye, my third eye will get just burn and vibrating hot, just vibrating hot. It's amazing. When I'm doing my one-to-ones with people now, they're having me actually when I'm doing this stuff, like tapping on my forehead and doing this stuff, they're doing that with my hands. I'm not doing that. Now they're giving directions and they are saying out loud, put your hands on your shoulders, put your hands, tap your third eye, put your hand on your heart. They're giving directions now, and I'm using my consciousness because we are all one, because it is all now, that if I'm vibrating and feeling it, then everyone is vibrating and feeling it. If it's coming through me, it's coming through the all. So I know I'm kind of babbling because I'm about half Kelly and half not right now, but it's, yes, each chakra and each angel. Okay, I'm asking them to sum it up. Let me just shift. Yes, we are Angel Celestina, and we will sum up the answer to the question. Dear ones, each frequency of energy has particular effects on the human body. So from your perspectives, you would say that a certain chakra, the frequency of that chakra, through thousands and thousands of years of study, this is not new, dear ones, has been documented to affect certain body systems, certain particular ailments resonate with a discordance of that particular chakra. So we have given to this one, though she has not acted on it yet, and there is no judgment in that for her. We remind her as she immediately starts to feel that she has done something wrong. There is much to be learned and much to be practiced. Yes, there is that practice word again. We have given to her that there is advantage to learning about the different body systems and ailments as they have been studied for thousands of years, and you already have this knowing. The human does not need to reinvent the wheel each time, dear ones. You can take the knowing that has come before and go from there. So we would encourage you to spend some time in doing that and know that it will be part of this one's journey. Oh, good, more homework. So it's a question about someone in someone's life. Which falls near and dear to my heart because my kids are both going through a lot of stuff. So it's about someone struggling with something in life that is not your stuff. How do we help that person? I don't know. Did I say that clearly enough so that we can understand it? So how do we have someone in our life who is struggling or even acting certain ways, doing certain things that is troublesome, potentially troublesome to us? How do we deal with the others in our lives when we're working so hard on our own energy and we see these other things happening? I don't know. I'm gonna just shift and see what they say. Though it is true that you cannot create specifically for another, there is no question that when lives overlap, such as husbands and wives and mothers and children and et cetera, different relationships that the humans entangle themselves with in this incarnation. When you are closely entangled with emotions and experiences, overlapping of time and life and events and such, how can it be that they're creating upset in their own life does not have the effect on yours? Specifically, you have brought up the word work, and we would speak to abundance. This is a perfect question in this moment. It will speak to many. It is a limited view when you look at your life and your abundance as only being met through this avenue that you are calling work. So let us put this in a broad way for all. You are observing a loved one, let us say, and they are causing disruption in their lives. You have the choice to create your own reality. And if your reality is abundance, then abundance shall flow. When you connect your abundant reality to your husband having work, there is a flaw. Because you are right. His creative juices, shall we say, may be or may not be adding to the creation of his work. You are seeing with blinders on. You line up with abundance. You line up with plenty and enoughness in any given moment. You have the knowing that all is well, that you cannot dream it to the degree that the universe can manifest within your reality. Your human brain does not have the dreaming capacity. But even if you were to fall only on your dreams and you were to sit and dream every dream that you could possibly have, all of those things are possible. But you think of all those dreams and then you say, but how would they happen? There is where you trip and fall. There has to be the knowing. This goes back to the back pain. This goes back to the picking up the coffee cup and having the arthritic pain in the hand. You go to use your checkbook or your credit card and there is a zero balance there. And the reality of what is right in front of you goes into your psyche and creates this whole egoic scenario that goes out into the cosmos of all the bills that need to be paid and the money that's not flowing and the work that's not showing up. That is what you will manifest. But when you sit down and you realize, I'm to the end of what is in my checkbook or my credit card. And you sit within this moment And you settle into your heart and you breathe some breaths of balance, some breaths of knowing. And you connect to your higher self. You connect to the all-knowing that you are one with. Then you know, dear one, that all good things are coming. You don't have to worry about the light bill. You don't have to worry about the next payment. All good things are coming. Is this easy for the human to do who has lived all the years of their life living the reality of cause and effect and duality, as was agreed upon before you came forth into this incarnation? You have all of that truth. You look at all of the truth and you think, how can it be different? It can be different, dear one, because you are God. It can be different because you have at your disposal all that creation can bring to fruition. We dropped into this one's mind the picture of the lady she has spoke about previously, who she heard at a woman's tea when she was young. And she spoke of the experience of being in the dark hole in a concentration camp and stripped naked and abused and thrown into a hole. She maintained her sanity through her faith. She was able to find the connection to the all that brought her through that horrific time in her life to the present moment. And it was beautiful. In every present moment, you have everything that is needed. Don't worry about the next moment. Every experience, if you would give it the human label, if you any moment that you would give the human label as bad or unpleasant or not good or difficult or painful or all of the huge cadre of negative labels that could be put to anything, when you look at that moment through that lens, that is the reality that you see. When you can step back into the oneness, call on Angel Ariel, call your angel team. You don't need to get too specific with all of the names or the words or the procedures. You blend your heart. You merge your heart with the all, and you know that it is all practice. It is all practice until you no longer need it. The energy is shifting. Something different's coming through. Give me just a minute. That is right, dear one. We are that which you call Jacob, poking our nose into your gathering to bring a reminder of the conversation we had but a few weeks ago about pre-birth agreements. There are certainly, when you think of the truth that we have laid out, or that has been laid out for you in this gathering of the multiverse and the realities that are all stacked and stacked and stacked in all of the different directions. When you bring your mind to that, you know that yes, in this incarnation, you did, on this one tiny thread of this incarnation, there was pre-birth agreements. Things that were agreed upon, difficulties that were determined to happen to help you find your way back to you. What we, Jacob, would remind you of is this: they are needed until they are not. Sometimes they are needed for the other. But you can sit in your peace and your joy and your knowing while you observe the other and their practice. That is what we are reminding this one as she sees what is playing out in the others in her life at this time, which is very difficult and could go in a variety of ways. But she is trying to remember the knowing, coming back to the knowing that everything is working out for the highest good. Perhaps the job will dissolve, dear one, and that next best thing that never would have happened will emerge from the ashes. That's the knowing of which we speak. That if something is going what you would call wrong in this moment, look around the corner for the next wonderful thing that's coming, because it's here and it's coming. If you line your frequency up and allow it to come in. That is the name of the game, dear ones. That is the name of the game.